is called a frequency distribution table. So this 60 to 62, 63 to 65, 68 to 70, 69 to 71, 72 to 74 are also known as your class intervals. Okay, these are your class intervals. And the number of students here to the right, 5, 18, 42, 27, and 8 are called frequency. Okay, table of this form or tabular form, tabular presentation of your data is called group data. Okay, so this is a very good example of a group data. Okay, now to be able for us to find the mean, median, and mode of this group data, we need to have this formula. Now notice that the formula for group data is different, a little bit different from the group data. So this time the mean is given by x bar equal to the sum of the product between f, which is the frequency, and x is the midpoint, divided by n, which is the sum of all the frequencies. Okay, so if you go back to the previous slide, from here, now you'll see that, okay, wait. Okay, these are your frequencies, 5, 18, these are the frequencies, 5, 18, 42, 27, and 8. These are the frequencies. Now later on, so if you take the sum of this one, this will be your capital N. Now later on, we will find your x. Now x can be found by taking something out of these class intervals here. Okay. So let's continue. Where is that? So this is now your formula. F is the sum of all f times x, which is the midpoint, and the sum of all the frequencies. So let us go back to the table again. Now, remember that this is your class interval, 60 to 62, 72 to 74. And these are the number of students. So this will be your f. Okay? So this will be your f. Now, what we need is to find x and to find your f of x. Okay. Now, for the first class interval, this is your first class interval, 60 to 62. Now, to get x, this is just simply, by the definition of the midpoint, this is the middle value between the lower class limit, which is 60, and the upper class limit, which is 62. So that would be 60 plus 62 divided by 2, that would be 61. So the first class interval, your x is just 61. So similarly, for the second class interval, 63 plus 65, 63 plus 65 divided by 2, you get 64. And for the third class interval, that's 67. For the fourth class interval, that's 70. And for the last class interval, 73. Okay. Now, having all these x's here and this f, your frequencies, so all we have to do now is to multiply this frequency. We multiply this frequency to this frequency, to this midpoint here. So that would be 5 times 61. So for the first class interval, that would be 5 times 61. This is equal to 305. Next will be 18 times 64. That is 1,152. 42 times 67. That gives you 2,814. 27 and 70, that gives you 1,890, and 8 times 73 gives you 584. So this is now your fx. So the summation, we just simply add all these things here, and we get 6,745. Okay, so going back to the formula, x bar, or the mean, is the sum of fx divided by n. So this gives us sum of fx, that is 645, and your n, which is equal to 100. Okay, so that gives you an average or a mean of 67.45. Yeah, in 2 decimal places. Okay, so it's easy. Again, to get your x bar, you just multiply the frequency and the midpoint, and whatever are the products, you add them all, divide by the total number of respondents or the total frequency, then you will get your mean. Okay, next, how about the mode? Now for the mode, for the median, okay, we have a different formula. This formula is a little bit complicated to look at, but then when you apply this one, you will find out that this is in fact very simple formula. This is a straightforward formula. Okay, so the median denoted by MD is equal to the lower class boundary of the median class. Okay, LCB is the lower class boundary. MD here stands for median. Then your CF, less than CF, or this is the less than cumulative frequency above the median class. FMD is the frequency of the median class, N is the sum of all the frequencies, same as before, that's your capital N, and I is the class width or size. Now, if you notice in the median formula, there is a mention of median class, and median class. Now, the first thing to do, let's go back to our table, is to identify your median class. Okay, now how to identify your median class? First,
Median class?
yes, median class. N over 2. This will be your locator. Yeah. This will be your locator, N over 2. Okay. So, wait. Let us take a look at the cumulative frequency first, because there's another table here, another column that you need to add. So for the number of students, again, these are the same frequency here, N is equal to 100. So let us complete this table first, okay? So let us complete this table. Now, how do we get cumulative frequency? First, this one goes here. So first entry for the first class interval will be 5. Then, the second entry will be 5 plus 18, and that goes to the second entry, which is 23. So the cumulative frequency of the first class interval plus the frequency of the second class interval is the cumulative frequency of the second class interval. So, following this pattern, the cumulative frequency of the third class interval will be the cumulative frequency of the second class interval plus the frequency of the third class interval. So that should give you 65. So that's 23 plus 42 equals 65. Then 65 plus 27 gives you what? 92. Okay. So 92 plus 8, what happened? 92 plus 8 gives, 100. Okay, now observe that the last cumulative frequency of the last class interval should equal to your N. Okay, should equal to your N. So this number here should be the same as this number here. Okay, so we have finished with this column. Now next, let us take a look at the N over 2. So this is now your locator. So our N is 100 divided by 2, that is 50. Now let us look at 50 here. Where is 50? This is 5, this is 23. Let me change my pen color. Change it to blue. Okay, this is 5. I am looking for the 50th observation. Where is number 50 located? So this is 5 here, this is 23 here, this is 65 here. Now there are 65 observations here. So number 50 should be somewhere here. So I will take note this one as my median class. So this is my MD class. Okay. So from this median class, okay, from this median class, I will highlight this one because this class is now very important. Okay. So this is my median class, the yellow one, highlighted one. Okay, let me highlight. Okay. This is my median class. Now, to get the lower class boundary of the median class, that is equal to whatever is this number here. Okay, the lower class boundary is 66, the smaller number of the median class, minus 0.5. This minus 0.5 is constant. Okay, this is constant. So whatever is this number, subtract 0.5, you will get 65.5. So your LCB is equal to 65.5. Next, we need your I. I is 3. Why is it 3? Okay, we just simply count the width of your median class. So that is equal, there are 3 numbers there, 66, 67, and 68. So there are 3 numbers inclusive. So 66, 67, 68. There are 3 numbers. That's why your I is equal to 3. What else do we need? We need the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency is above the median class. So above the median class is this number here, 23. So that should be above. And your frequency of the median class is equal to 42. So now observe that as we get all these values here, we are always referring to your median class. So this one here, the one highlighted with yellow, is very important. So this is where you can determine your lower class boundary, your I, your cumulative frequency, and the frequency. How to get the median class? You just simply divide this n by 2. So this is your locator. Okay, having these values here, we are now ready to solve for the median. Just substitute it to your formula. LCB of the median class is 65.5 plus I is 3 times n over 2 is 50 minus less than cumulative frequency, which is 23, divided by 42. So that gives you a median of 67.43 in 2 decimal places. Okay? So if you have questions about this one, just take a look at the video again, or you can just comment below, or send me a message in WhatsApp. Okay, guys? Now let's continue. The next thing that we need to find is the mode. Okay, again, same with median class, the formula for the mode is quite different. So the mode now is equal to the lower class boundary of the model class plus I d1 over d1 plus d2. Okay, LCB MO is the lower class boundary of your model class. Okay, there's locator here. D1 is the frequency of the model class. D1 is the frequency of the model class minus the frequency above of that class. D2 is the frequency of the model class minus the frequency below that model class. So D1 is above minus above. D2 is minus below. Okay. I is the class width or size. Now let's go back to our table. So the given is we have these class intervals, and then we have this frequency. Now to locate your model class, all you have to do now is to take a look at the highest frequency. Okay, the highest frequency on this one is 42. So this 42 here will be your MO. Okay, so let me highlight my MO because this is very important. So this will be my model class. Okay. So the first thing we need is the lower class boundary of the model class. Okay. So highest frequency is 42, 66. This is the same with the median. We take the lower class limit, 66 minus 0.5, that is 65.5. Okay, for a while, guys. Neto, bagasan ini. Hello? Hello? Ni, sugat ni. Nag-record ko. Pag ko 500 ba isa rin? Or 200? Pag gantis. Okay. The class size is the same. I is equal to 3. I'm very sorry, wallahi. This is very big problem working at home, huh? Working from home. Can you hear the background? My kids are here at the back. Okay, D1, again, D1 is the modal frequency of the modal class above. Okay, minus the frequency above, that is 42 minus 18, that gives you 24. And then D2 is 42 minus 27, the frequency below. So that gives you 15. So from there, you will get your mode. Just substitute LCB lower class boundary of the modal class is 65.5 plus I, which is 3, times D1, which is 24, divided by 24 plus 15. That gives you a mode of 67.35. Okay? So that is how, this is how we get the mean median mode of your group data. Group data. Okay. Let me pause this video for a while and then let us try some